Thank you.
That's Trey.
And that's Goldie.
We're friends
From college.
Then Trey married my sister.
But unfortunately, we got divorced.
We don't talk about that.
Mostly because there's nothing to talk about.
It was all good.
Our friendship deepened while we were both employed at an event production consulting company,
We spent 280 plus days on the road
which made us expert business travelers.
and expert best friends who always had one goal in mind.
Host a podcast together. And after people didn't like the first 6 shows, including one where we interviewed building contractors in the Upper Peninsula while they were working,
And one where we searched the country for the next great kid blues guitarist.
we realized we weren't making shows about our true passion.
Yep, we had to talk about the thing we know and love more than anything.
Welcome
to Business
Trips. Welcome to Business Trips. Welcome to Business Trips. This week we're going to talk to a great new guest about their business travel tips. But first, how about a word from our sponsors, Goldie?
Let's pay some bills, Trey. This episode of Business Trips is brought to you by AG&ME Men's Jewelry in LACA.
I like that.
I like that too. Browse from men's fashion to luxury watches and men's designer jewelry and choose your next men's bracelet, watch, necklace, or rings. That's right, rings plural. Be the man you always thought you were and still can be, honestly. Shop now. Discover awesome gifts for a guy who has everything. Bet he doesn't have a bracelet that looks like it's made of golden paper clips yet. Or help ensure that surfer in your life surfs safer with the St. Christopher Protect Us surf necklace. Save up to 70%. That feels arbitrary. Authenticity guaranteed. AG&ME Men's Jewelry is located on Martell Avenue. Damn it. In what appears to be an apartment building with no signs. Come on by today.
Check it out. Thank you to
AG&ME.
the awesome people over at AG&ME.
I might want one of those paperclip bracelets.
No, I was looking at those earlier. Got a hair in my mouth.
You good?
Our guest today is
Our guest today is Fran Anderson. Welcome to the show, Fran.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. We're very excited to talk with you about your experiences on the road and business. You okay?
Yeah. Go.
How are you?
I'm great. I flew in this afternoon, so I'm just feeling alive.
fresh off travel.
Yeah. Some people feel jet lagged, they feel exhausted traveling, but for me, it wakes me up.
Really?
Yeah.
Real pros sometimes say it sort of rejuvenates them. It energizes them.
Because it's loud?
Because it's loud, it's fast, and on the
Yeah.
plane, I don't watch anything, I don't read anything, I just sort of zen into the flight. Sort of sit there and take it all in.
So you stare. You're not sleeping.
I stare straight forward. No snacks, no drinks, just me and the air.
I love that. I gotta ask, do you acknowledge the flight attendant when they ask if you want a snack?
I salute them. I see them more as soldiers, air soldiers than anything. Yeah.
I like that.
Air
Yeah.
soldiers. I like that too.
Yeah, thank you.
Huh. Thank you for your service. It actually works in that way.
Exactly.
I'd love if they carried guns.
That's what an air marshal is for.
That's why we don't need that.
I always know who the air marshal is.
You do?
You know how we used to play that game when
Yes.
we'd be on the road, and I'd go $5.
He's good at it. He was good at it.
It's generally a white guy with a certain haircut.
Yeah.
And jeans.
You can read people too, though. You can read people.
I manifest that.
I think it would be a little bit more fun if they wore costumes,
Yeah.
if there was like a nun
Yeah.
Like in a habit.
in a habit,
and then you always know that that's the air marshal.
Yeah, I kind of like knowing.
Like like almost like they should dress like they're in like a 80s comedy like party scene.
Exactly.
I saw an air marshal once in a middle seat, and I was like, you don't have to go that undercover. You don't have to be cramped.
You don't want your guy protecting the plane to be uncomfortable, and I get that.
Well, yeah, and plus if it's like, you guys are freaking dead, and he's going, excuse me, please, excuse me, can you lift your tray?
Yeah.
Right.
You get tangled in the guy's headphones next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
flown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once or twice, I'd say.
Okay. So what advice do you give to our listeners about travel?
Oh, well, I'd say first and foremost.
Or why do you travel?
Why do I travel? Okay.
Or both. Yeah.
Yeah.
First,
First,
either order, you pick.
Okay.
first why, then how?
Well, I travel for work actually. I
love
work
it.
for a company called United States of Swag, and we make
Oh.
swag bags for conferences and conventions and
USOS.
things like that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
A swag bag is just for idiots who don't know, not me. What is that? What's in
A
it?
swag bag is usually a drawstring bag that you'll never use again, filled with crap that has the name of the convention or the conference on it. We're talking koosh balls, stress balls, pens, mugs, paperweights, frisbees, things you just don't want or need, but we fill that bag up so that you never forget the conference of your life.
And then you
Yeah.
print something on it, so people
Mm-hmm.
go, "Oh, that's from when I was at
Yeah.
Jason's bar mitzvah," or
Exactly, like an orthodonture conference, which that one was actually really wild because first of all, orthodontists are kinky.
they
Oh.
they are.
They go
I've heard
wild
this.
at night. Wild.
It goes off.
Yeah, but the cool part about the swag bag for that one is the squishy stress ball. We shaped it like a tooth. So that was really
Oh,
exciting for us.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
and
Mhm.
God knows where, what happened with all those that night, it sounds like.
Oh, they were inserted, I'll tell you that. Not into the mouth.
No, I'm thinking.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
like
Go.
So all right. So you got all this extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the extra stuff?
The
Yeah.
extra stuff, unfortunately, we toss it. There's a huge sort of mountain of swag leftovers that we set alight once a year. We burn it down.
This is the kind of thing where I'm always like, okay, so we have homelessness, we have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of problems in Haiti right now. What are we doing with all the extra Cliff Bars that go in the swag bags?
We should be making packages of stress balls and Cliff Bars. I mean, those people are probably stressed. They need something to squeeze.
Yeah.
But you burn them.
We burn.
It's a lot of plastic, I feel like.
Yeah, well, that's just a part of the business of swag,
Just burning.
Cost of doing business.
Yeah, I guess so.
It is.
I mean, fast food these days, we're able to use a lot more of the animal than we used to be able to and be resourceful in that way. But I do still think we're getting rid of a lot of bones, cow bones.
That's so true. That's beautiful when you really think about it.
And it's not always glue. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
always turn into that kind of fancy broth
Yeah,
that you find at the Whole Foods.
exactly. Or the gelatin. Isn't that?
Right.
Isn't Jello bones?
What's a
Yeah.
fun what's a fun thing that's happened on a trip for you?
Oh, what hasn't happened? More like
Okay.
okay.
It sounds like we're heading back to the orthodonture.
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
I was gonna try to steer clear from that.
No, let's go back.
Let's
what
go
the
back.
heck
Well,
happened?
yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you this: when orthodontists go on a conference, the wedding rings are off.
Right.
Okay.
cheat?
They cheat. They switch around.
Cheating orthodontist.
Absolutely, every orthodontist cheats. I swear to God. Not to stereotype,
Oh.
but they wander.
If it's true, it's true.
What makes them so adventurous sexually, do you think?
I think that their job is just so straightforward, like strap that metal in that mouth, that
Right.
they're bored.
And that a lot of jobs, like if you're in the NBA, you get to kind of shake your rump after a dunk or something, I suppose. But an orthodontist has to say, "Okay, we'll see you in a month, and we're going to tighten those rubber bands," and then they're getting horny or whatever.
Exactly. I feel like most orthodontists are working with teens, so I think they can't kind of be horny at work. Otherwise,
Yep.
like that's a whole other issue.
You don't want that.
Right.
They're professional, but they let their hair down. They jump in that pool, clothes on,
Oh, come on. Really?
clothes on, shoes on. They jump in.
I would do that.
I think that's crazy.
I would do
then
that.
what are you supposed to do with those shoes the next day? You can put them put the
you're
hair
right, I
dryer
wouldn't
in
do
there
it. I
for a
wouldn't do it.
while, but
Yeah, and the socks would be wet. I wouldn't do it. I don't know how to pack all that wet. Yeah, forget it. Sorry, I don't want it. I wouldn't do it.
okay, so after orthodontists, who are the crazy ones that you're running into, or who are the ones that surprise you as far as a community of professionals?
I would say the teachers. I do lots of public school
Yes.
teacher conferences, and I'm going to go ahead and say they're all horrible people.
All
evil, mean. They let it out on when they're on vacation.
You never hear that.
Yeah, public school teachers are the scum
worst.
of the earth.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I often think of them as, the old Norman Rockwell. They're hunched over, helping the kid with the cross-eyes, but you're saying they're not, or that's a front.
It's a full front. I mean, maybe it's because they use all their joy on the children, but when they're out, they're, I'm going to say it, if that's okay, CUNTs.
Oh.
Yeah,
Whoa.
they take it out. Like Karen's Gone Wild? They're that. Like, can I speak to
Really?
the manager?
Yeah.
My bed was too firm.
Yeah, so they're not letting it out in a fun way like the orthodontists.
Yeah.
They're taking it out on customers.
Yeah.
And when you say Karens,
Yeah.
you mean Karens of any color?
Anyone can
it's
be
not,
a Karen. Yeah, it's not
Right.
necessarily a white woman thing, even though most of them are.
And I just learned this too, because that's a
yeah.
real thing. A Karen can be Filipino. A Karen can
Yes.
be black.
Exactly. A Karen can be a man. But think about this, all these teachers are there fighting over the last pancake at the continental breakfast. It's not nice. It's not a pretty sight.
God, I'm hating them just thinking about it. What kind of swag do they have? Do they have like big fake pencils or some stupid?
Foam pencils.
Yeah.
We do a foam apple, a foam calculator. Usually their swag bags are just stress items in different shapes.
As if they're so stressed. You know what? I'm getting ticked.
Yeah.
Goldie is too.
Well, I don't like hearing that about the teachers because,
hard.
because I think that
Well, you don't like it because that it's happening, or you don't like hearing an accusation?
I don't like that it's happening.
Thank you.
I know that Fran is giving us the goods, and this is why we do this show. Getting a little bit beneath the surface to understand what really happens when we're all out there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. We haven't asked this question in a while.
And I have a follow-up.
Uh-huh. You know what? Start with a follow-up.
Okay. And where? Well, it only makes sense.
No, I get you now. Hampton Inns versus La Quintas.
Hampton all the way. La
And
Quinta. Hampton Inn off the highway.
Yes.
That's where.
Those are the best.
Any
Absolutely.
highway.
Any highway. I just love to hear the sound of cars at night. It wakes me up just like flying on a plane.
Right.
It's loud.
Every time a car goes by when you're at one of those sort of door right close to the parking lot places and you hear vroom, that's a person who's not trying to break in because they're going too fast. What you don't want to do is feel the bright headlights or that. Do it again. That's
that's scary.
That's
Just hearing
a
it scared me.
burglar. He's idling.
Yeah.
He's about to put in park and get the mask on and
The balaclava.
yeah.
I usually pick a room right on ground level, and I actually keep my door open a little bit. I feel like usually at hotels people do all the locks. I open it right up.
It's open with the chain or nothing.
No chain, just open because
Ajar?
it confuses people so much that I won't
Yeah.
get burgled that way.
Oh.
And it's worked like a charm.
Wow, that's smart. There's hey listeners, life hack. That's
Hey,
smart. Leave your motel doors open.
You never hear that.
You know that little bar that you can wedge in so that it keeps it open?
Yeah.
Just do that.
Oh, okay.
And it'll never
the
close.
little- The latch.
Flippy. Yes,
Yes.
that's the
It's
word.
cracked. And then what are they hearing? Do you play loud TV or I guess you're silent on planes, so maybe it's just dead silence and people are like, I'm not going in there. That's
I'm just full on in there, sitting straight up in bed.
got it. Just
Yeah.
like you were on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be a zen person, Fran.
I am. I just really plug into the whole experience. It just really chills me out.
Are you pro neck pillow, anti neck pillow, or other?
I love that.
I'm pro neck pillow, but I usually get two. So it's on. So I am surrounded in all ways.
It's just like a good donut all
A
the way around.
a full donut, yeah. And if I forget, I just go to the closest veterinarian and get a cone, like they have for
nice,
the
yeah.
cats and dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, then you don't. Then you're not going to be chewing at if you had a cesarean or whatever scar.
Yeah, exactly. Women are often. It's hard for them to not chew on that. I find.
Is that for real? I was actually kind of, but that really happens. That's
Oh
amazing.
yeah. It's something. There's something animal in us. We're like,
Well,
gotta
I think
get on there.
I think the saliva helps it heal. I don't blame women for doing it one bit.
Follow me on this. I'm a group of professionals. I'm at a conference. We are rowdy. We are in Memphis. We are which group?
Okay, Rowdy in Memphis. That's going to have to be the gymnastics conference.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay,
I
and
bet
this is
they
just
do
for the
get-
coaches. There's no kids involved. It's just how to get all the coaches together and remind them why they flip and flop.
Yes. So there are
A lot of
coaches
Eastern Europeans,
only.
not to
Yeah.
be
and short gymnasts. And,
Not
and
tall.
you can say this. I think gymnasts are short. It helps with the
you can.
how much they have to flip.
It's true, and their swag bags we actually make much smaller,
Oh, because they're
just so that they don't feel.
More of a compact.
Yeah.
yeah. I love that. Have you ever okay, a little how the sausage is made, peek behind the sausage factory, closed window. Before the podcast started, you were talking about the hotel business centers.
Yes.
Do you use those? Have you ever checked your email in one of those? What any tips or horror stories?
Have you ever left your email not logged out, not signed out, and then
has.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say I have.
It's the
And that
worst.
is how I fell in love, actually. I left my email open on a business center computer. And then a day later, I received an email from myself. Says, "Hi, this is Dave. You know, you left your email up." And I was like, "Oh, we both laugh for hours." And I was like, "That's so funny. You know, hi, I'm Fran." And we just got to chatting, and now we're engaged.
Wow, I
Yeah.
love that story.
that is
Yeah.
amazing.
Will you tell that again?
Yeah, so I left my email up.
Yeah.
And a day later, I got this email from this guy. And he said, "Hey, I'm
Best
Dave."
part.
And
The email says it's from
me.
Fran.
And so for a second, I was like, what happened? Was I on a drug? You know, what happened here?
Right.
And we just laugh for hours. So,
When you
yeah.
say you laugh
Oh, I love
for
that.
hours, how do we know?
Well, I was laughing, LOL, in the email to him. And he wrote back sort of a ha, 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 ha. And it just was back and forth for hours, just that.
Here's my follow-up. Are you an LOL? Are you a ha ha ha? Or are you a ba ha ha ha?
Yeah, and my follow-up to that is not a question but a statement that I've heard LOLs match best with ha-ha-has and that it's hard for people to date if they're both one or the other. But go ahead.
And I've heard that too, which is why when I'm an LOL. So when I first wrote all these LOLs and I got the ha ha back, I was like, okay, there's something here.
Yeah.
You know, and then we just kind of kept going back and forth until finally he was like, "What do you look like?" And I sent him some photos.
Okay.
And then, and I assume you were like, you better send me some back.
Absolutely, and he did.
You're younger than we are. When we were in college, that was not on the menu. You couldn't send photos to each other. If you wanted to send a photo to someone, you had to go and get that stuff developed at CVS.
So crazy.
I'll kill you for
I'm not
outing
even,
us.
Not even gonna, but
We took our stick and our hoop down to CVS.
exactly.
It's not true.
Yeah. Where do we park our horses again?
Yeah.
But I guess
Park them in the back, you friggin' idiots. They're shitting all over my parking lot. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I got sidetracked.
Well, I mean, I frequent business centers often. I mean, that was just a one
you.
lucky moment, right? But I actually
That's
don't have a
amazing.
laptop. I don't have a computer at all in my home because I travel so often. It's like, what's the point?
Wow.
My biggest tip is ditch your personal computer
Wow.
Ooh.
and just post up at the business center. You can print. You can
Wow.
email. I Netflix there. I Netflix all the time there.
You watch your Netflix shows
I Netflix there.
in there.
In the business center.
Yeah.
Do you bring an air can to spray down the
Keyboard.
keyboards?
I don't bring an air can. I bring Lysol wipes,
Oh.
which I mean I use on everything. So I just like Lysol it down and go to town. That's kind of my motto. Yeah.
Bizzers, sounds like Fran's saying, ditch the laptop, don't watch TV on the plane, just get into a zen place.
If this were a TV show, it'd be like ding, ding, like bullet pointed, ding, graphics,
Okay, then I'll point and then
ding,
leave your door open,
ding,
don't watch TV,
ding.
head down to the business center and watch your Netflix there. I love that. That is like smarter than
It is a hard hack. Like it's a hard core hack.
That's the smartest thing I've ever heard.
Wow, thank you so much. I also just love being in the mix, seeing who's coming, who's going.
A lot of the pilots, a lot of the flight attendants,
Absolutely.
in my experience, in our experience, they use that business center.
Yeah.
They are down there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my friend was traveling for SWAG, United States of SWAG, and a murder was solved thanks to the business center. Because the police came and could track down this guy they were looking into, and he had left all his receipts on that business center computer.
Wow.
So I'll say, business centers, they've got it all. Relaxation.
Yeah.
They solve crimes.
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
I heard friend of a friend saw Harvey Keitel in one.
Wow.
Which is kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I
The
don't know
wolf
if it's
is
true.
here.
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. You're going to need a bucket and I haven't seen it in a while. You're going to need a bucket, some rags. You got 15 minutes, and then we're all fucked. I think that's what it was.
So how do you get into the swag business? I assume it's got a bit of a...
Greaseback, Jerry curl, let's go. Snap to it.
A little bit of an incestuous... Is it incestuous? Do you have to know someone to get into the swag business?
Yeah, my grandfather started the United States of Swag.
What?
Oh.
And then my father, and then now me, because there were no boys in the family, unfortunately. So it is on me now.
Well, I for one, think that's great.
Oh, well, thank you.
There used to be a show called Designing Women, and you're making me think that if there were a new version of that show, there could be a character who literally is inspired by you because you are designing swag.
Yes.
You are...
Sugar Baker Swag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the designing women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing from the show?
Their Julia Sugar Baker is a character.
Oh, and then you combine it with swag.
Yes.
Where is swag going?
Swag, I'm going to say one thing we're proud of in Swag is that we haven't changed for years, and we're not gonna.
Oh.
You're going to get a stress ball, you're going to get a pen, and you're going to get a mug, and that's that.
Almost in the same way that, like, if you went to a Benihana, it would be sad if you didn't get the option of shrimp, chicken,
Exactly.
steak, and then the little the moves. Like you go there, you expect the thing, and you need to get that.
It to be the same every time.
Exactly. We've tried, like, every now and then we'll venture off. Like, we had a selfie stick once, but that didn't go well.
It's hard to print on those, I bet, too.
Yeah. It's hard to type a company's name. It just gets so small and stretched out.
Right.
Oh, they still.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like we're talking about that orthodontist convention again.
Okay.
Holy moly, that's pretty dirty.
Just when you said it gets so stretched out, that part.
We knew.
That leads us to the big question. I thought you were gonna do a drum roll.
Oh. I'm doing the sound of the guy, the burglar. Wait.
Yeah, that's an idle car again.
I don't know.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Champaign, Illinois.
I
yes,
love it.
Yes.
Garcia's Pizza.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Sauce is too sweet.
University Fighting Illini.
Yeah. So are they getting rid of that? Are they still going to be called the Fighting Illini because of the...
We don't want it. I said it, but we don't want it.
We don't want any Native American... we know that Native Americans are looking for representation, and one of the best ways for that representation is to get rid of all the negative representation.
Yeah, I think that, we're all kind of hoping to move on from that.
Yeah.
We keep swag stays the same, but some things should change. We always do say
Right.
that.
Right.
So we were looking for some new names in the town, and a big one up there is actually Crackers.
The Illinois Crackers.
Yeah, because there's a big cracker factory there.
Because of a
But then
cracker
a
factory.
bunch of a lot of white people are getting offended.
Well, yeah.
So it's just sort of hard, You think you're picking something nice and easy like a saltine, and it's
Even that is loaded in a way. And I don't mean with a piece of herring and a cream cheese.
Yeah.
But I got called a cracker once, and I saw red.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw red. I was like, you don't call me a cracker.
He really got offended by that. It was sophomore year. It was fine by the end.
Yeah, other guy was white too.
Oh, that makes it even harder.
I mean, I thought so. I don't want to be thought of as a cracker.
It is a derogatory term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
But you didn't mean it like that.
Nope, not at all.
Nope.
And that's where it gets confusing.
That is right. That is
Mm-hmm.
right. Well, Fran, we have.
Do we have to pay some bills? Nope, not yet.
We have to ask you the big question.
It's time for the.
That sounds like the guy that's gonna rob the
That's like-
motel.
I don't know what's going on right now. Now,
Are you still married to Dave?
yeah.
We're engaged still.
Engaged.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, we've been engaged for 2 years, and we just simply haven't made the big move because I'm in Illinois and he's in Wisconsin, so it's just kind of hard.
Oh, you're long distance.
Not that far away though.
Do you get
It
to
feels
hang
like
out
forever.
ever?
We haven't hung out in person. We do lots of communicating strictly from business center to business center.
How do you know if? How do you know how it's gonna be?
The way he chooses to write his emails prove to me that he's a generous lover.
Got it.
You know, where the grammar, where the exclamation points are. You know, on Gmail, you can choose like small, normal, large text.
What?
You can change the size of your text on an email. Did you know this?
There's 3 sizes.
There's 3. And he just sort of varies
Where is that?
throughout. It's at the bottom. It's on the little toolbar.
Yeah, there's 3. There were 2
near the
for
bold
years.
and the
Right
italics?
there.
Yeah, you
right
got it.
there. Right there.
Where?
So probably to the
Right.
right or left of the bold, I'd say.
Yeah, it's where you had it.
Then there's like the italic, you know, it's right there.
I've seen the bold and the italics.
Yeah, I think it would say something like normal or
Is
size.
that what
or-
it says?
Yeah. Yeah.
The point
there.
is, you can tell a person of your intellect, and I wonder if your grandpa, as much as we love him, had this, level of intellect. You're giving him all that credit. Scrap that. We'll cut it later. Let's just go with
Yeah.
So, person of your intellect can tell, maybe more so than your grandpa even, what a person of your intellect can tell from an email that he's a generous lover by the
Yeah.
punctuation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Do you think also you might want to meet up?
I'm really looking forward to it. I've been kind of pushing for it. He's just been busy, So
What does he do?
he is a traveling shower curtain salesman. So he sells shower curtains to hotels.
We got a couple road dogs.
Yeah. We both travel a lot, so I think that's why we fell in love. We connect over that lifestyle.
I like that. It feels like a throwback that hotels are like, we want to shake the hand of the person who's, because they could probably order a whole bunch of them online, but they're like, I want to see Dave in here saying like, oh, these won't get mildewy as quickly, and
Yeah, and they call him Dave the Wave because he has ocean themed shower curtains. Those are the biggest hit that he sells.
Oh, I
Wow.
love that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, if you go to a Four Seasons, you're going to see Dave the Wave's curtains.
Really?
Well,
Four Seasons. I know.
Wow.
I know.
when am I going to go to a Four
Yeah,
Seasons?
we haven't
I
been
know.
there, so there's
Yeah.
no way for us to know if that actually.
Next time remind me to marry
Yeah.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Shasha Gabor. Yeah. Yeah.
What? Goldie,
you-
what do you? Yeah, go ahead.
When you're dealing with the clients, do you call them clients or do you call them customers?
We actually call them friends. We find
Oh
that
my
if we say,
God.
hey, friend, what can I do you for,
Uh-huh,
friend?
yeah.
Immediately they're soothed.
It gets everyone comfortable.
Exactly. I mean, well, to be honest, the stress ball is our main seller.
Yeah.
So we like to act like a human stress ball for them when they're ordering the
Got it.
swag. Call them a friend. If they need to chew us out, we take it. Go ahead.
That's them squeezing.
Squeezing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love that. Has Dave ever written a dirty email?
Oh yeah.
This is business trips after dark.
This is business.
Oh yeah. Most of them, 90%.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
way higher
Oh,
than
so
I
that
pictured.
well, okay, I get it then. That's part of the dynamic.
Yeah. It's an extremely sexual connection that Dave and I have.
Super
Over
sexual, but
emails. Yeah.
Yeah.
not ever in person,
I
Yeah.
and
love
not
that.
ever talking
Exactly.
Yeah.
with words.
Yeah. Because can you imagine when we finally meet? It's going to be good.
It's gonna be on. It's gonna be like, well, you and Marie were
I'd be worried that you got catfished.
I trust
mean-
him and I believe him, so I'm not worried about that.
Goldie was long distance for a long time with a gal Marie,
Yeah.
and when they met, it
It
was kaboom.
It was the first one didn't last. I got to build up.
It was the you know how they do nuclear tests in like Arizona or wherever.
Yeah.
First one was
It was like they were like nuclear test starting in 10, 9. You set it off already?
yeah. Well, yeah. There's a little bit of that, and then I just go, hey, almost like if you play cards and can I get some insurance? And that would be like I was saying, like, Marie, please let me make it up to you. And if you're playing pickup basketball, you're like, it's a video game. It's reset or
What? It's got to be one of them.
and then we did it again, and incrementally, almost.
Yeah, they're like nuclear test in 10, 9. Hey, you guys set off but not as.
But I went to full 8, and then by the end of that first week, we're.
Oh no. We
What?
should pay the bills.
Let's pay some bills.
Okay. Thanks. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, yeah, we'll be right back there.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Business Trips is also brought to you by the Copa. The Copa is a travel agency on Bronson and Franklin in LA, which suggests its acquirers to organize business, individual, or family journeys. Let's imagine that there are no travel agencies. It's kind of fun. What will be the traveling of a man who has never picked out hotels and does not even comprehend where to relax? Doubtless, he may spend a lot of effort, time, and money to learn how the process of organizing voyage works, and meanwhile, he will make mistakes. How do you suppose will he enjoy rest when he has to think about the next step every minute? Unlikely. Modern travel agencies work namely to make your holiday organization amiable for you. Hence, the trip itself will leave just positive emotions. Welcome to the Copa. We are located next to you, but not affiliated with the Church of Scientology Celebrity Center.
I have to be honest, that sounded word for word like one of Dave's emails.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's exactly how he speaks.
Oh, that's so fascinating. I wonder if he works or has...
I'm a little concerned about that. That's
Really?
yeah. Real quick here, also, Fran. Today's episode is dedicated to Rex Isotoner Glover. Rex delivered the water jugs to the break room here at the studio. Always seemed to do it with a smile. Rex was a big guy with an even bigger heart, but that actually had nothing to do with how he died last night, apparently in his car in the Lowe's parking structure. We've all been there. Still waiting on more details as it relates to that. But look, Rex kept us hydrated and happy with the water delivery, as well as quick conspiracy theories he would drop about 9/11 or 5G. I think we... he'd always announce, "Here come the jugs," when he would arrive in the building. And sometimes he'd be shirtless, and that was one of the jokes he would do.
Double entendre, yeah.
Isotoner could also whistle, as he would say, better than most sailors. On a night off in San Fran. I never understood that. But anyway, he always had a pencil tucked over his ear, and that kind of hairy ear, he had hair on the top of his ear, and then always an unwrapped sausage stick in the pocket of the shirt, treating it like it was a cigar. We knew it was a sausage. Anyway, Rex, we're going to miss you, and the podcast studio is not going to be the same without you.
So sad.
It is.
Yeah.
Hate to end on a bummer because we've had so much fun with Fran Anderson, but we also love Rex and we'll miss him. But we love Fran more.
Yeah,
Or
I would.
either
I'll
both
take
are
it.
great.
I'm
Both
willing
are-
to say that. I mean, Fran, you've been amazing.
I've had the best time.
the world of swag, as told by
swag.
one of the swag queens.
Yeah. Do you know what swag actually stands for?
Is it an acronym?
Can we each guess? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Both of you can guess.
Standard wear accoutrement gear.
Okay.
Silly whittle apples and other gear.
Okay, both great. I love that you added an extra A and an O to that.
Yeah.
It is just shit we all get. Because
Really?
everybody gets it. So it's sort of an equalizer. Shit we all get.
I love that.
Drawstring bag.
It's a little naughty.
Yeah, just like the orthodontist.
Yeah, now we're back there.
yes,
We're back
yes.
there.
I mean, once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's
You
all I think
can't-
about.
When people talk about headgear now, I will be thinking.
You'll say, which kind of headgear?
Thank you.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I have a rubber band in my ass. Oh, God.
That's too bad. That's bad.
Fran, we love you.
Fran,
I love you guys,
We'll
too.
see you soon.
Absolutely. Can't wait to jet wherever you are next.
This
This is Business Trips.